Hey everyone, welcome to the last part of the case study for the push ads case study involving Propeller and Rich Push. I wanted to give an update here. I spent some time in Vegas and got to know a little bit more about the push ad platform and some offers to try and test. The initial tests, as we know, didn't do too well, or actually they didn't do too bad. Actually, the casino ones on Propeller we're really close to profitability. Just required a lot more effort and work for the profits, which to me, I like to generally focus on higher ROI. So when I was in Vegas, I ended up asking around and meeting with some people regarding a new type of offer to run. And I did get permission to share this. So I'm going to show you some results of the new test that I've been working on, and this is going to be the last video, but let me give a recap of what has actually happened in terms of this case study, so you can see. So in the forum, you'll see we have the thread here that we set up for a discussion. If you have any questions regarding this case study, simply come in here and come to this thread, and you can post any questions or whatever you want. I've been continually updating my progress as we go here, but the videos I find kind of give a little more data and a little more information. So total spend on Propeller for this case study was $481. Most of the traffic was sent to casino ads for Germany. Okay, the other one was Rich Push. I put $1,000 down on Rich Push, so my total out of pocket is about $1,481. Okay. Now here are the revenues broken down, and you can see the revenues here. These revenues aren't really accurate on BMOB, but the amount of conversions is accurate. Okay, so these are conversions reported back to the networks I've been running on. I've been running through Vault. Another one is Max Bounty, and so you'll see these conversions coming in from the networks. Okay, so these amounts of conversions are accurate. So that's what I've used to calculate the revenue here. So the German casino leads, there were 63 leads at $6 each. The advertiser, if you remember in the last video I mentioned, raised that to $6 a piece, which works out to $378. The Canadian casino leads were paying $5 each. 26 of those gives me 130. And now the new campaign that I'm going to show you here in a second has been doing quite well, actually, with 23 sales at $35 payout each. Okay, so the cost to consumer is about $49, and I got 23 sales at $35 each. Now this type of campaign is commonly found. I'm going to show you how I found it using Adplexity and some information that I received from my ad managers as well. Okay, so the total revenue also from Monetizer, you can see here, this is the Monetizer platform I talked about previously. You can see my all-time is $43.80 on this case study, because I haven't used it at all except for this case study. So my lifetime is accurate here at $43.80, which adds a little extra boost in revenues. Over time, that'll continue to grow, of course. But so my current losses currently out of pocket are $124. But of course, I have a current win right now, which is a ton of data and a profitable campaign for a credit card submit that can easily be brought to places like MGID, Rev Content, and other push networks to scale this. Okay, and I haven't even started to scale this in terms of pushing this on Rich Push. So the offer itself that I'm running is a McAfee. It is a security software for Windows, okay, or for PC computers. That is at least the target I'm targeting. I'm going to show you the offer page here. So this is basically what the visitor will see when they go to the offer page. Now, if you want to run this offer, it is available inside Vault Media Network. Simply go in there, search for McAfee, and you'll find this offer, okay? It's a cost to the consumer of $54.99, and the payout is $35, okay? Now, how would you run this? How do you get people to actually buy this? Well, this is what I've discovered through this campaign. So first of all, what I did was I first, of course, talked to the affiliate manager, who gave me some insights onto as to how to do this without getting too aggressive and without getting too sneaky. Now, there's obviously really sneaky ways to get people to buy this, but the way I've been doing it has been a little less aggressive. However, it is still pretty sneaky. And the strategy here is inside of Adplexity. You can see here, if you come in, this is the push version of Adplexity. I use this a bit, but I don't use it a lot. The one I do use a lot is the native version. This is just push ads. So you're going to see a bunch of stuff here, and you can filter over here on the left-hand side for certain offers or whatever you want to do. But in this case, let's just go to Rich Push here and see if we can find any offers that are running currently for McAfee. Okay, you can see here Norton. It's very similar. There is another security software. This one is available on Max Bounty as well. This is the Norton offer. It's pretty much pays the exact same. And as you can see, it's a pop-up that basically tells people that their computer could be at risk. Don't leave your devices exposed to viruses. Are you going to accept the risk, or do you want to reactivate protection? Now this little button here, reactivate, or activate your protection. Those are ways to get people to, it's kind of using fear, making people think that, oh, I better buy this now kind of deal. So they're going to see a little pop-up come up, and they're going to think that Norton or in this case McAfee are actually popping up a risk and a warning. So that is what is happening here. You can see people are running this in different countries. It is an offer. Here's one for McAfee. Your computer is at risk. Renew now. Security renewal notice, all that kind of stuff. Okay, you're going to see this throughout here as you go through all these offers. Here's another one. Sick of these pop-ups. So there's kind of the same strategy here. Any type of software that people are going to use to block ads or protect their computers, people are using push ads to pop up these notices to make people think that their computers are giving them these notices when really they're actually seeing an ad. So here's a little more aggressive. This is one telling people that they actually have a virus on their computer. Okay, I did not do this. This is a little more aggressive and a little shady in terms of the offer itself. They probably don't want you doing this. It's probably against their terms. In fact, it is against their terms. Telling people they have a virus on their computer and scaring them into buying this software, okay? I would not recommend doing that. But a lighter kind of notice, making it look like, you should protect your computer. Here is a link to McAfee. So on that note, there are two strategies here. There's the direct linking. You can either direct link or you can set it to a landing page. In my case, I set it up as a landing page. Here's an example of the landing page. I used WordPress for this, okay? I'm going to show you the data here in a second. But so the pages I set up a bunch of different ones to test. As you can see here, I tested, I think, 4. One of them came out as a clear winner. Let me just show you an example of one of the pages here. This one actually had a timer on it, but it has expired here just because it's gone past the time that I clicked on it last. But it'll say a timer, right? Now, this one was a little more aggressive, we'll say. Probably borderline against the terms, telling people that they are ending at a certain time. So I stopped running this one. It didn't actually perform that well, to be honest, even though there was a timer. The timer I'm using here is actually used on Optimized Press. So if you have Optimized Press to build landing pages, you can build these pages super fast, okay? See, when I clicked the back button there, it made me actually try and subscribe. This is Monetizer. I have the back button script on this page as well. So now it's getting people to try and subscribe. If I subscribe there, well, my own security software actually blocked it, but that is the Monetizer piece over here. That is where the revenue from here is coming from. It's the back button script. So this is the one that's currently running. It's Windows 10. Again, saying they need renewal. You might want to, test different headlines here if you do something like this. There's nothing really serious about this, aside from just using the exact creatives that were given to me by the advertiser. So it's very simple to set up. Nothing really mind-blowing here. So if you were to actually come in here and search and find other ideas, there's a whole bunch of things you can do inside Adplexity. I'm not going to do a whole tutorial on Adplexity right now, but there's so much stuff you can be doing here. Even like ClickBank. I did a video the other day and showed how to do ClickBank. You can find winning offers. You can set the amount of days that you've seen ads running here. And if I just wanted to see ads running only McAfee, I could do something like this. 7 days. You can see, well, this is, let's just go all networks here. And you can see over here that I selected rich push, but there's not very many people actually using rich push for this method. There's actually a bunch of other places here that people are using, which might mean that these other places probably offer a better opportunity. Let's just see this place here. Okay, well, that's clearly not McAfee. This one is using a lot of adult stuff here. Okay, so maybe it's just kind of not working quite as well as it should be for filtering. Well, here we go. So we're here's Leo Cache. That must be another traffic source. I haven't heard of it actually, but this one's been running for 7 days. Running on these networks here: Propeller, MGID, Leo Cache, TeaserNet, and you can see it's pretty much the exact similar style here. Okay, click on here. You can see even more data. You can see their landing page. So they've got the cleaner, update Windows Live cleaner. So I could click on those and have a look at them, but don't want to waste your time. So anyway, here we go. There's, you can see they're targeting Windows. Here's some other information about the publishers they're targeting, the other stuff about their traffic sources, whole bunch of stuff here you can get inside Adplexity. But one of the things that I did, let's go into Rich Push now and show you just basically the data, and then we'll close this this video off. So as you can see, I ran this for the last few days actually, and I started with McAfee number 1. This is just the initial test. Okay, I ran it for a day and I got 1 conversion, and it cost me $136. So I was losing, and so I paused the campaign and actually contacted the rep at Rich Push and asked her, you know, why is it not working, blah blah blah. And she looked at my campaign, and then what she did is she gave me basically 10 subscriber lists to focus on. So that's what happened here when I went into McAfee 2. I'll show you the settings here in a second. So McAfee 2 is basically the subscriber list that she gave me to use for this offer. She said this is this is where you should be targeting. Okay, so now this is, if you were to just do this on your own and try and figure this out, it would be almost impossible to know this, okay, unless you spent thousands and thousands of dollars. That is why it's always good to have an ad rep, because they're going to give you the data they have. So in my next case study, which I'll be using native, I believe, I have another ad rep who's going to help in terms of getting the correct targeting and stuff like that. This is the key and the secret to getting profitable without spending tens of thousands of dollars on a bunch of different placements. So you can see immediately when I took those 10 placements, it went right down to $43. So I was almost breaking even day 1, okay? Now, another thing that I wasn't doing here, that I made a mistake on this McAfee 2, is that I basically wasn't targeting Windows 10, okay? Another thing that I never would have known had I not spoke again to her and said, okay, well, let's look a little deeper into the targeting and understand what's happening here. So we found that Windows 10 were the only people that were really clicking through on the landing page. They were interested in stuff like that. So we focused again on Windows 10, and look what's happening now into the second phase here. And this is where we went into a real profitability, where we're basically 100% ROI on this next push campaign. So we basically duplicated this one, and then we changed it to Windows 10 desktop, and we focused on the same publisher list that she gave me, and now you can see it's clearly working. Okay, so let's go in here and have a look at a couple of things that are happening, and you'll see basically that this can be moved to any platform out there in terms of buying traffic for push ads. Okay, you know now basically where to go, set it up, test it out, and then go from there. So if that is something you're interested in doing, you can comment in the thread in our forum, or you can get the offer. There's tons of networks that have it. We have it inside Vault, whatever you want to do. Okay, so coming down here, you'll see that I focused on the operating system Windows 10. The device was computers only. Okay, cost per click on this is 6 cents. Recommended is 8. And I haven't even begun to scale this, okay? Just look at this, okay? So we have a goal of 25 here. The Smart CPC is enabled. I have it at $50 per day right now. I should be cranking this up to, you know, 250, 350, whatever it is you want to do, I guess. I usually slowly raise my budget just to make sure that the platform itself isn't going to screw me and give me a bunch of crap traffic to try and fill up my budget. So I usually, when I'm not familiar with the platform, I will just slowly raise my budget. These are all the ones that we blocked, and you can see here the impressions cap is 1 per day, all that kind of stuff. We blocked a few of these sources that were giving me too much traffic, and I micro bid on a couple of other subscriber list IDs that were converting but not really well. Okay, so I dropped the bid here to 70% on this one and dropped the bid here to 50%. What else can I tell you here? One more thing that I've done here that is also hindering the scalability is that the budget type is set to even still. Oh, where did that go? Right here. According to the rep, if I put ASAP here, it'll spend my budget as fast as possible. So if I'm going to start scaling this, I'm probably going to start even and just scaling by raising the bids first, or raising the budget. If I find that the budget is taking too long to spend, up here, I guess it is, or right here, if I find that, you know, I put this to 125 per day and it still takes too long to spend, I might come down here and switch this over to ASAP, and it'll spend that money as fast as possible. I'm still going to take a little more data in before I start scaling. I'm in no rush, really. And honestly, I probably won't be taking this anywhere else. I'm really focused on some other traffic sources right now and different offers. This isn't the type of campaign that I would be focused on right now. However, the reason why I do these case studies is to kind of show people other ideas for their own case studies or for their own, you know, profitable campaigns. Hopefully this one's helpful to people. They see that there is some potential here. It's not the most glamorous type of campaign, but it works, and you know, you can make it work different ways. You know, so if there's any questions, please post them in the forum. This is still open to questions and answers and whatever else you want to say or do. You can ask in here, and feel free to reach out to me privately up in the private members area there. So anyway, talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed that case study. Stay tuned for the next one, which will likely be on native ads and some new lead gen offers that we have in the network.